right, what is going on, guys, gals, aliens, and Degen freaks? Welcome back to the channel. Happy Sunday. So we normally don't do live streams on Sundays, but we just had so many interesting things happening right now in our reality. Sometimes the things that are happening, it makes you really think that this is a simulation. You know, we have crypto as a big discussion of this election. We have this election between former President Donald Trump and current Vice President Kamala Harris, and we have a President Trump who is now today cooking at a McDonald's because of the claim that Kamala Harris worked at McDonald's and said that she had worked at McDonald's. And it turned out to not be true. They went into the records, and it turned out to not be true. So because of that, we have Donald Trump going and actually working at a McDonald's in Philadelphia, in the suburbs, where he is currently flipping burgers, doing the fries. And I think it's such a nod to I feel like it's such a deep cryptic nod to the crypto community that Donald Trump himself is also indeed in the trenches with us crypto degens here in CT with his Trump cards, him going into McDonald's to work the classic memed job that all crypto people get whenever they get rugged or the market is in a bear market, they go and work at McDonald's. So I think it's just such a funny reality that we live in, and also one of the craziest times because of the fact that we have developing news of basically Chinese president ordered the army to prepare for war. So that's scary. That's not good. So I don't know about you guys, but I have been praying that we don't have any type of crazy escalation. I don't know what they're preparing for, but it seems, to my mind, if I connect the dots, that they're preparing for a potential Harris win. And if Harris wins, that means that I think all of these dictators, all of these communist regimes are going to basically pull the trigger on their agendas of knowing that now the U.S. really doesn't have any foothold on the balance of power in the world, and that the continuation of the 4 years that we have had is going to then dictate how they are going to play their power games in the world. And so this is what's playing out now in real time. And so now more than ever, you have to start to think about, okay, like what is the difference between a Harris presidency and a Trump presidency? And it's looking more like if we get a Harris presidency that we are going to see a complete balance of shift of power when it comes to the BRICS nations. You got to remember China is a part of the BRICS nation, along with Brazil, Russia, India, South America, and so, South Africa. Sorry, I couldn't think. I was like, what's the other one? It's South Africa. And so with the and other countries are onboarding into BRICS. And so I have this theory that the reason why gold has been breaking out so substantially is that these BRICS nations are buying gold. You ever think about that? I started to think about it, and I was like, why is gold breaking out so hard? Of course, because of the financial instability of the fiat currency, and also in the direction of where the fiat printing manipulation is going, that people are going into things like gold and silver and also Bitcoin. And so this is historically what has happened when we've had any type of financial turmoil or breakdown in the financial systems, is that people start to go heavy into precious metals, gold, commodities, and things now like Bitcoin and crypto. And so this is why we're starting to see, if you're wondering why Bitcoin is pumping, it's because the supply and demand mechanism that's kind of playing out right now. You see we got the MAGA Pepe. We love this chart because this is actually the bullish cup and handle that the MAGA Pepe has been wanting to sip on, and has been, you know, just like really just like smelling in the steam. This is the steam. And so this is where we think the price breakout is actually going to go here in the short term. As we break that 70K, we're going to push up really fast to 90K to 100K before we know it. Could it be right before the election? Could this pump happen before the election? Or are the market makers going to basically do what they've been doing and suppressing that breakout? Because now I don't know if that can be sustained for any longer of the time. Because if you see, we've even been able to break out of the ascending wedge that normally breaks to the downside, but now look at the Bollinger Bands on the 1 hour. We're pinching really, really tight here, and we are going to be possibly almost any day now breaking back up into the $71,000 to $76,000 range. Once we break up here, then we're going to be in a basically price discovery portion of Bitcoin, and the banana zone, what we've been talking about here on this chart. Yeah, Satoshi Nakamoto, you like Pepe? Do you like pork as well? I know, obviously, I'm been deep in CT, so obviously when I know about the fork, I know about Poly. It's basically Poly's token, or it's not. I don't know. They basically airdropped the token or gave it to Poly's address, and so I just stayed away from it. I just feel like Pepe, because of the trading volume and the exchange support, and basically now that it's just like, it's almost kind of, it is almost like a Doge. It's almost like buying Doge now at this point. So I have a few others that I think are pretty decent Pepe derivatives, but I didn't mess with pork, but I'm familiar with it. But I do like Pepe. Very bullish on Pepe. I think it's a solid choice for a meme, basically becoming one of the top memes. If Pepe does well and Pepe succeeds, it basically helps the entire meme super cycle that has been just going and taking the crypto Twitter by storm, of everyone being super now really bullish on meme coins, almost like they don't want to feel stupid for not looking at the signs and looking at the trading volume, looking at what the exchanges are starting to do in terms of support, trading volume. It's just massive. It's just massive right now. So smash up the like button if you agree with that, and make sure you guys are sharing this live stream. We got a good bunch. I was wondering how many people will come in on a Sunday. Happy Sunday. God bless all you guys. Take your family to church. Listen to some hymns and stuff. get that good frequency in your body, and pray that we don't have any more wars. We're already in multiple proxy wars and just all this stuff. So it's like, hearing about that news, I'm sure you're thinking to yourself, can we just like not have that happen? So yeah, best thing you guys can do is just like support the people around you and pray. And yeah, so just make sure you guys do that. Take care of yourself, stay healthy, stay vigilant, and keep your mind right. I've had some kind of up and down, kind of stressful stuff happening in my life personally, with selling a house and dealing with all that stuff. It's never like a easy time, but it's good to really just kind of start to get your mind fresh, get it clear. There's going to be a lot of volatility right now. We're going through an election. There's going to be a lot of distractions, a lot of things to really knock you off your game, and we have to stay vigilant, because we do still have a plan. We do still have look, you got a 5-year plan, you got a 10-year plan. Well, the decisions that we're making today is going to dictate how those plans go through, how they're going to play out. So we're gonna get into that. We're gonna get into that, and hopefully this analysis, this live stream, breaking down the news and then tying it all into why you should even pay attention to crypto to begin with. If you're brand new, this is the perfect live stream for you, because it all makes sense. It's all down the rabbit hole of how you can connect the dots of how this presidential election ties in with crypto, how Trump and his administration, his team, have been basically the opposite opposing force of the Democratic oligarch choke point 2.0 of crypto, which is like Gary Gensler, Elizabeth Warren, Janet Yellen, just Joe Biden and Kamala Harris themselves and the people that are on their team basically not being pro crypto, only just mentioning crypto and it's just kind of like a guise to be like, yeah, we're going to be lenient, but then they tell you, yeah, we'll be lenient, but then we're going to tax the crap out of you. Not just crypto, unrealized gains as a whole. So his palms are sweaty, knees weak, bags are heavy. He's down 70% already. Just puke mom spaghetti. So, guys, if you haven't been following Wojak came out around the same time as Pepe, and we've been really actually bullish on the background of Wojak for this whole time. And we were wondering when they were going to start to pick up the steam, pick up the traction again on their Twitter account, and also in getting more data spread across in the aggregate for CoinMarketCap's listing of their supply, how much they're actually listed inside some of these big coin aggregate listers. And it's been on the top picks for a, quote, cult meme, because if people are trying to say, if you go on CT, everyone is talking about, okay, what's the next cult coin? What's the, but if you study how the memes operate, you have to have it mature a little bit. And some of these, like Wojak, Pepe, Harry Potter, Sonic, Obama, 10 Inu, SPX 6900, Mog, a lot of these, Smurf Cat, there's a lot of these that kind of came around the same time, have built up over a year of price consolidation, so, just through the volatility. And then that's how you can find those, quote, cult memes that still have good liquidity, no major big dumps. You just have solid holders. And it's not like a suspicious pump where you get like a coin that comes out of nowhere and it hits like a $200, $300 million market cap. And it's just like, it's a little fishy. So I like something like this where you study Wojak, you study Pepe, you study these coins like this, and these are playing off some of the oldest characters and memes in the culture before these were even coins. It's playing off of what was already a thing. Nice. So Ryan Birchfield just said, glad to be here. Just got out of church. Yeah, so I was actually at church whether I wanted to be or not, because I worked at a church for like almost 8.5, 9 years. I worked at a church, and I still do gigs, and I still pick up some work here and there. But yeah, I was like that's where I was. So it's definitely an interesting job to have, because I worked like weddings, funerals, the church services, like plays, all these different kind of special events. So if you're like an AV guy, or if you're AV girl, whoever you are, if you're wanting to kind of like get your feet wet a little bit, go into the church environment and just like get thrown into the wolves. Like, try doing sound for a choir. That's always fun. But yeah, guys. So let's look at kind of what's happening with the market here. We got let's refresh crypto coin market cap. You got Bitcoin at 68,543. So this is what's amazing, is that we've had Bitcoin basically breaking out of this bull flag pattern, and now people are, I think, thinking in our bubble that we don't want to be too late in the train blasting off. We don't want to be too late in the train blasting off, because we know once the psychological level of like the 80K breaks, that's when Bitcoin is going to be all over the news. It's really going to be in more of the mainstream's, the retail's eyes. And then we're going to start getting Coinbase and Crypto.com and Gemini, or whatever the top app is that people were using in the last cycle that basically left and have been gone for the past year and a half, 2 years. They come back in, Guess what they're going to buy? They might buy some Bitcoin, but guess what? They're going to, oh, shout out to Satoshi Nakamoto for becoming a bronze member. Let's go. And so guess what the people are going to buy? Like, they're going to buy Dogecoin again. They're going to remember Dogecoin. They're going to go, oh, I remember Dogecoin. I love Elon. I love what he's doing to, you know, to help the people. I love all the things that he's done for the people that needed help in North Carolina for Hurricane Helene. Just like all the things, and boom, that people are going to buy Dogecoin just off the sheer fact that Elon is connected to it. And then they're going to remember, oh, I remember SHIB. That's my friend was telling me, you know, Jim was telling me about SHIB, Shiba Inu. I might buy a little bit of that. And then they're going to see Pepe. They're going to see Pepe, and they're going to buy some Pepe. Pepe's already traded literally at the top 10 of all tokens. So that's why I'm still so bullish on Pepe, because actually I think it's 9, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh, and then ApeCoin. This is what's interesting about what's happening in the altcoin space is like some of these coins from the previous, from, you know, even just 2 years ago, year and a half ago, ApeCoin launched at a pretty good valuation and has kind of been like kind of dead. Hasn't really done much. But then out of nowhere, it goes up 109%. And so it just shows that like some of these things, if you're willing to hold it long enough, then you don't have to eat the dust sandwich. Basically, the dust sandwich of dead tokens that sit in your wallet like a graveyard of tokens, aka community member tokens, where now you're alone with the other bag holders in the Discord, in the Telegram group. You don't want that to happen to you. Be a community member. All right, so this is the crowd that's gathered outside of the McDonald's where Donald Trump is going to be flipping burgers. We'll show a clip of that. Crazy. Huge crowd. All right, shout out to all the people that are watching on x.com. Finally, we got our check mark back. We changed our profile pic for the first time in like a year and a half, 2 years, to the Matrix Brett. We're still really bullish on Brett. We're going to be adding to the bag of Brett. All right, so here's a clip. This is a nice little clip, a minute 30 seconds.
We're going to grab the basket, 2 hands. And then you can go right into here on the left. Yep, slowly, right here. Slowly, gently lowered into the oil. Don't want to burn yourself. Up, down. There you go. And then we're going to hit our fry timer right here.
Yo, Lake the Great.
That one's going good. Now we can drop another one too. So we'll grab one more basket, 2 hands. Yep. We're going to put it right here. Yep. Lower it slowly into the oil. Don't want to burn. Way too good. So then we're just going to hit our fry timer right here.
Right there.
Yep. Now we're waiting for that.
It's like, drop those things in there. Drop them.
Again, hit the timer. Take it out the oil slowly. Give it a little shake.
I don't know if you guys have ever worked as like a fry cook or a line cook or anything like that, or worked on the line. It's it can be intense. You can need a fry drop. You better drop those fries. You better drop them quick. You better drop them. You might burn the shit out of yourself. You better drop those fries. Better drop those wings. Toss them up.
They don't get stuck together, and then lower back into the oil. So this one will probably go off before anybody else. Yep, there we go.
Oh, and have you ever had to clean a fryer? Oh, it's a disaster. It's a disaster. Yo, Satoshi Nakamoto just coming in hot. I know Satoshi Nakamoto has this giant, you know, the biggest treasure chest of all time. So I think that's why he or she is able to come in and gift all of these memberships. Wow, you're very, very gracious, you know, very generous. Happy Sunday. God is good. All right.
That'd be good. You got it. So now lift it out of the oil. 2 hands.
Sir, can you slide over that?
Shake, and then slowly back into the oil. That's good.
Oh yeah,
You got
me
another
too.
one going off, so maybe time right here. And then
Oh, and it's the worst.
And then out the oil. Shake.
Yeah, guys, if you've ever had to like really do a grease trap, you've had to do the grease trap. Like you have to under the fryer, you open the thing, and then there's like a little screw. It's like a screw. It's like a pipe. You have to screw the pipe on, and then you have this little lever. You pull the lever, and then the oil just spews out, and you have to have this little oil sifter on a pot, and sometimes it gets clogged, and it can like spew out. It's just crazy. I remember doing this as a teenager. When I was a teenager, like I've worked at different like little, just little like local places, and you do grunt work. It's called you're the grunt. It's the BITCH work that you end up having to do, and I think it does build character. It definitely does.
Back into the oil. Very nice. And then our last one is going to go off. We'll give that a few seconds. I'm going to need a few more fries.
That's good. You got this big solo. Got about 10,000 people out there.
Okay. All right. Is there any more Trump news? Okay. So I wanted to go down a couple list of some things that were breaking news. Litecoin. I'm super bullish on Litecoin. I'm so glad I got into a Litecoin trade because I do believe that Litecoin's going to break up to $93 to $100 here pretty soon. And yeah, Ryan Birchville said, thanks to crypto, I'll never be the grunt again. Amen. Amen to that. All right, so check this out. This is huge. Litecoin is now available through Fidelity. Okay? Fidelity, with over 12 trillion in assets under administration, adds LTC, Litecoin, third cryptocurrency to be offered by Fidelity, digital assets. If you're not familiar with Litecoin, here's what you should know. We're excited to share that Litecoin is now available to buy, sell, trade through Fidelity Crypto. Litecoin is the third cryptocurrency to be offered by Fidelity, along with Bitcoin and Ethereum. So this is super bullish. So Litecoin has been bull posting basically for the past couple months, and I think they've been kind of alluding to the fact that altcoin season is around the corner, and once Bitcoin breaks and then we start to have a kind of dominance going down, we're going to hit a peak dominance. Dominance is going to go down. We're going to have dominance more going into Sol, layer 1 altcoins, and the overall altcoin and meme space is going to increase substantially. And then this is what is going to ultimately get Bitcoin at a $2 trillion to $3 trillion market cap, along with Ethereum getting up to $500 to $600 billion market cap, and then Solana and BNB both having a $400 to $500 billion market cap eventually, which is going to basically bring the whole market up to a $7 trillion market cap, total market cap. And that is possible. This is the type of run that we're going to be seeing here, guys, very, very soon. And we're in the banana zone. We're in that really sweet banana zone. And I think Litecoin, when it starts to break into these certain levels, which I've shown you as an oscillator of when we could be taking profits out of the market to protect ourselves of not round tripping this market, because we've been in a bull market. That's no doubt. We've been in a bull market since before January. We've been uptrending, and now we're getting into the most violent time, which is basically the last like 3 to 6 months. It gets crazy. And so luckily it has not broken out yet. It's not like going up 10, 15, 20% on the day. Where it starts to lead up in about in a month, it goes up, 200%, 250%, because that is where we're at. We're in just about 4 to 5 months, we could be seeing a 200% increase in Bitcoin. That brings up the price to $300,000. Craziness. All right, so this is other like bullish. So this is why I think the market cap, total market cap, is going to go up. Tether USDT market cap surpasses 120 billion. So if you see, let's see, let's go to all. Let's check it out. And check this out. We got $120 billion market cap on Tether. And so if we look at the market cap of Tether at its peak, let's see, in the previous cycle, maybe just go to the 1 year, the market cap. So the market cap in the last cycle was at 72 billion. And then all through the bull market, Tether has been minting USDT, which is supposed to be a backed one-to-one digital dollar to the USD currency as a USDT note. And this is what has been fueling a lot of the perpetuals market, the trading market, along with the other stable coins. And that's a big thing of discussion as well, is the increase in liquidity of stables on layer ones. So like XRP is issuing a stable coin. Tron has over $7 trillion or $7 billion or something like that in liquidity. If you go to DeFi Llama, you go to like the total value locked in the stable coins. It's crazy. So there's a lot of bullish momentum and things to keep on the radar, but you could just keep it really simple. The narratives are memes. The hot layer one ecosystems that you can DEX trade memes on, and then AI and gaming connected, and then also together with the overlapping ecosystem of the real world assets with the DePIN, the decentralized physical infrastructure networks that are tokenizing traditional finance products and also tokenizing real world products. Like, for instance, like there's like Insane Labs is something where they have a token where they have health products, they have protein powders and you know, all these different things. That's just one example where we're going to have that across the board. Everything's going to be tokenized. Everything's going to be on chain. Everything is going to be represented in the blockchain. Some people are going to know this, and some people are going to not realize it. They're just going to use it. They're going to just like off the grid, they're going to play the game, and they're not going to really understand that it's built on Avalanche and your transactions and the guns and the skins and the armor and all the things that you have as a mechanism to play the game is being ran on Avalanche. And so this is why we in the crypto bubble have to look into gaming and then start to look at things like Ronin Chain, Immutable X, Beam, Multiverse X, Superverse, the Ronin Chain, all these things that are the back-end structures of the crypto gaming space, and then also invest in the hot actual game tokens that are being played, things like Pixels, Illuvium, Medieval Empires, and then you got the top, you know, old school from the previous cycle metaverses like Mana and Sandbox, still great, I think great buys, and things like Axie Infinity. And then just go down the Vulcan Forged, super bullish on Vulcan Forged. Anything that has a great like OG kind of like nostalgic ecosystem that's built from most community. It's all community driven and ran. And it's just like, yeah, you got to start to go into things like that. Start to do the research. We are here to front run and buy the stuff that's like buying early Google, buying early Amazon, or buying early even almost like Walmart or something, like anything that's just like been this, or buying early Tesla. This is this type of opportunity where we're buying like early Amazon and early Tesla. And if we're what memes are, if you're buying the strong memes, you are getting a fair chance at actually getting in at a good price, and where it's not overly diluted and there's not crazy insider trading with how the stock market has been manipulated with a lot of these stock different IPOs and different, angel investors that are basically going to dump on you once they get their, once they get the whatever the unlock is. And the same with these VC tokens where they have these unlocks, and then right when it unlocks, the price is going to dump, and so this is kind of like a bunch of narrative talk all in one. But if you get what I'm talking about, please put a 1 in the chat, put emojis in the chat. Let me know that you are following what I'm saying, because it does. I feel like once you get it, this is how we're going to be able to make a lot of money this cycle. I think a lot of us didn't just quite get it yet from the previous cycle because we had a lot going on. We had DeFi, NFTs going crazy. We had like all of these different chains rug pulling and crashing, going to zero, Luna crashing. We had Celsius, Voyager, FTX. You name it. All this stuff was going. It is plenty of things to distract you or make you just like almost quit crypto completely. So if you're here right now from all of that, you are a legend. Like, let me tell you, I want you to give yourself a round of applause if you are still in crypto from all of that, because any normal person, any sane person would have been outie 5,000 after all of that. Jeez. And then if you're even letting the mainstream media even plug your brain even just a smidge, then you wouldn't touch crypto with the freaking 24.5-foot pole. You wouldn't touch it. So if you're here right now, bless your heart. Bless your heart, because it's it's crazy, and I know you guys feel. I know you feel it. All right, so this is wild. So we have Trump. In 16 days. Let's make sure this is refreshed. 16 days at 60% odds on Trump. Harris 39%. And you guys got to remember this. The odds were actually Harris was at like a split odds for months. It was like August, September, they were basically at 50%, that people were just undecided. But then there's been a lot of, there's been a lot of bad interviews that Kamala and Tim Walz have done that have just shown a lot of their character, what their ability to do and answer in questions, how they're answering the questions, the way the interviews are set up, who they're promoting, the people that they're getting as the celebrity PR. It's just not really going that well. And so I think they know this, and so they're trying, they're desperate at this point to really get more favor, because she's not doing very great. If you're going to be honest with yourself and really break down all of her appearances that she's done, you can tell she's just not she's either not trying or her team is letting her fail. And so Trump, you watch him and it's Trump. We've known Trump for a long time. That is why I think the people actually naturally kind of relate to Trump, regardless if he's a billionaire or not. A lot of people think that it's hard to relate to someone who's massively rich, and it's that is not the case, because this guy grew up in an environment where he had to get to know the neighborhood. He had to get to know people in a different type of way, regardless of what income they were, whatever part of the city they were from. And it just shows, I think, in his character that he values how people are trying to have a family. He has a family himself. And not to say that, Harris doesn't value family. That would be kind of naive to say, but it just kind of shows that in her, they don't care. It just seems like they're trying to split the family up. And now I think some people are starting to wake up to the fact that okay, there's something fishy's going on here. Something's fishy going on. They've tried to take him out multiple times. And the mainstream, the MSM, mainstream media is as a complete onslaught, fully leftist propaganda machine now that it's just like it's obvious at this point. So, and that's whether you agree with me or not. It's just there's something weird happening. You can definitely agree to that there's something really strange happening. And so, but what I like this breakdown is that Bitcoin is likely unaffected. Bitcoin is likely unaffected by the outcome of who's going to be president. Altcoins could still soar. The market is still, I think, going to pump on a Trump or Harris, but I think one of them might be a little tad delayed because of the maybe disappointment of the crypto and fear of the crypto community. I think ultimately it's just a fact at this point that if Harris wins, there are a lot of people that think we are going to be going into World War III, and that crypto is not going to be able to be a sustainable viable business option for these crypto companies to exist in the United States because of high taxes. They will all go overseas. It is going to cause massive selling pressure, I think, in a lot of the coins in a short term. And then we could still see if we get the supply and demand mechanism kicking in because of the buying pressure and the amount of Bitcoin that would be off of exchanges still, that we get a pump still to the upside. So that's that's kind of like my bearish, neutral case scenario if that was the case, because I'm not taking off the table that Harris could potentially win. And so if Trump wins, I think we could have a more violent move, a more explosive move to the upside, and then a possible limited downside risk on Harris, but with a potential short-term drop, and then buy pressure goes up because people want still to have cheaper crypto. But then it just depends because of what the United States, U.S. citizens are going to be a little bearish. If you're in crypto, you're gonna feel a little bearish. I think that's going to be kind of a natural thing. So we have to expect that. We have to have that on the table. But I like to look at this chart. It makes me feel better. It helps me sleep at night. Whatever is going to help you sleep at night during these next 6 months, I really hope it helps. You might need to take some extra magnesium or melatonin so you can actually sleep and not have nightmares and then just be waking up in a terror, a night terror, like that Gary Gensler's at the edge of your bed. Gary Gensler is literally at the edge of your bed, seething. But we do still have time. But right now, Bitcoin is just look at the Bollinger Bands right now. Oh my gosh, but look at how beautiful this breakout was of this W pattern. It really stayed true finally this time to really get a breakout to the upside instead of doing what it did this time beforehand. Did that, and I thought it was going to go right here. But no, it didn't. It just did this instead. It got rejected from previous resistance. And so this is what we were looking for. Volume confirmed. A lot more volume to push it to the upside, break that level. And now we're just waiting. We're waiting to break the previous resistance of 69,000, this level right here. Once we break that, I think we are off to the races. We'll be hitting that 73,000, that previous break in all-time high. Could break all-time high before this election, 100%. And it's looking pretty decent. If you look at the MACD looks the MACD looks good. MACD on the weekly, though, is the one I like to look at because it's a little bit more bullish. Because we're getting across here. The selling pressure has been exhausted. So the selling pressure at this point is exhausted. The bears have been defeated. The bulls are now in control. And I think at this point, we could say that the relative strength index at this point, if it's down here and we're sitting at 68,000, whoa, we're going to be freaking flying in like any day now. I mean, I'm sorry I'm getting loud, but we're literally going to be flying at any day now. Literally at any point. We are going to be breaking all-time highs 16 days before a U.S. election. And no one cares. No one's talking about it. If you go to someone on the street right now and you tell them Bitcoin's at 6, they're like, I thought that was like, I'm telling you, you would get, just trust me. Go out and do that. Do that as an experiment. Go talk to someone about crypto and watch for the response. And you would be amazed. You'd be amazed. What is the fear and greed index right now? Like, where are we at? Are we at, okay, we're in greed. Okay, we're finally in some greed. Let's go. Oh, but yeah, no, I'm stoked. I'm bullish. Guys, if you go to danocrypto.com, my website is slowly starting to form into almost a Harry Potter Obamasonic 10 Enu website where there's going to be little hidden gems and little Easter eggs that you can find. We might even link up our own meme scroll gallery, so then you can actually on this website collect memes that you can then post on Twitter, X, or wherever you'd like. And just to remind you, you can get the crypto bubbles on this website as well, and you can see that basically the things that are performing the best are the memes right now, and Hex. Actually, Hex 80%. So we have John Jacob sending the super chat. Thank you. Thank you for the super chat. Says, can you look at Waffles, the chart on Solana? Yes. Yeah. We'll go into Waffles. We'll go into ORCcoin. We'll go into Ponky. We'll go into some of the Solana coins that we're pretty bullish on. And we'll look up some of the other Solana coins that have been performing well. Maybe we'll go to, let's go to Morales Money. And we'll actually look at the Solana coins that have been trending on here. And we'll see if maybe those particular coins that we just said are going to be on this Solana list. Yep, so ORC is actually on this list, and we'll actually see if Waffles is on this list as well. Let's see, because I know people are super bullish on Waffles. I've been bullish on Waffles and ORC, because Waffles have been building some pretty cool products that you can actually use. Let's go to Dex Screener. We're going to go to Dex Screener. Yeah, thanks for the super chat. We'll check it out. We'll check it out right now. Waffles. Okay. And guys, if you ever wanted to get like a very special request, you wanted me to do like a full breakdown of a coin or whatever, you want me to look at something, there's a QR code. If you see it, it's right over there. QR code, not for the one for OURBIT. You should scan that one too. And actually check out all the links in the description. But if you want to like get a special shout out, you want me to do anything like that live, like give a shout out to your grandma. It's her birthday. You can scan that QR code, and YouTube literally won't take like 50% of what you send as a super chat. I don't know if you guys know that. You would only know this if you are a YouTube content creator, that YouTube takes almost 50% or like a crazy amount of anything that you make on advertisement, whatever it may be, anything through the YouTube, they take a big portion. They take a big old chunk. But yeah, check this out. Waffles, the liquidity is getting up there it's getting close to getting to 700,000. So we're getting close to 1 million. I think they should add more liquidity. I think if they added more liquidity, this would get up in the ranks in the listing on Dex Screener and things like Dex Tools. The market cap is going to pull it up there, but I think a lot of I think what is holding back Orc and Waffles is the listing, and for the fact that there is no Waffles or Orc major exchange, centralized exchange listings yet. Not yet, but I believe there will be, and I think that's what's going to eventually push the liquidity in and add more holders and actually start to have exchange wallets come in and provide mass liquidity and ultimately for them to be traded on maybe some of the more popular exchanges. And so, but in terms of what you just buying these tokens, you don't have to buy them on an exchange. You can buy Solana. And people have asked me, a big question is, how do you buy these tokens if they're not on an exchange? You just basically, you download Phantom Wallet, and there's other Solana wallets, but now the more premier one that's really actually building out a lot of features that basically is like, you can make Phantom Wallet your standalone wallet. You can hold Polygon, Ethereum, Solana as the networks. So you can so it's like you have an Ethereum wallet, you have a Solana wallet, you have a Bitcoin wallet, and you can hold base chain tokens now. And so you can have the NFTs on here. So it's huge. So you can basically do everything on here. So once you buy Solana, you can buy Solana directly in the wallet by a third party. You can, or I think even now, maybe you can link it with ACH and do just like a direct buy some Solana. Then you're going to go on to, you can go to Radium, or you can actually swap directly inside the wallet. You're going to copy the contract. The contract is going to be down here. You see Waffles. You copy that contract right here. I don't know if you can see it. Yeah, it's right there where the spinning Bitcoin is. And you can go to something like Jupiter, and you can swap your Solana directly into Waffles, and the same with Orc. You can either do it in the wallet, or you're going to go to a decentralized swap exchange, and you'll be able to do it that way. And so if the fact that that is the only way you're able to buy this token is that it's only going to be people that are basically in our crypto bubble that we've talked about. So once this thing hits mainstream and it starts to get more retail eyes on it, Waffles and Orc, then we start to see it in the top traded lists. Then we're super, super early. So this is why I've kind of just I picked this. I've just made up my mind. I'm like, okay, these are the ones that I want to partake in. And a lot of the factor is that Da Vinci's putting his name behind it. He's putting his reputation behind it. He's building out products. He is a developer himself. And so I think with his support and also the team being willing to provide and deliver, is that I think this thing could be crossing 4 to 5 cents here in the Solana run. You got to think when Solana hits over its all-time high of $250, and we get Solana at like $300, $400, things like Waffles and Orc are going to fly. And so we're going to look at Orc. Orc, the liquidity is getting up there, and look what's happening. Basically, we told you guys that we were going to be breaking out here soon because we were sitting at a low point of support at 0.5 cent. And now we're starting to break up in the middle point, in the middle range. So you still have an opportunity to catch up into breaking up into the all-time highs where you would get a 117% move to the upside. And I believe once we break that, we're going to start breaking into similar territory where Waffles is. Waffles has more holders. This has less holders. I think Orc is going to need a little bit more of a push. They're going to need to release something here soon and show that, there's something going on, even if it's just like another major announcement but I think either way, I think the chart looks really good. We don't have any major sell-off pressure. The last time, we hit right here, we've just stayed at that support. We established a nice support line. And so now we're just going to break up and see if we can go into some price discovery mode with ORC. And so right now, in terms of trading volume on the Solana chain, we've got this Goat Zeus Maximus, this AI-generated chat group meme coin that was basically created through multiple chat agents chatting in a Discord or something like that is the story, and it ends up making a meme coin, and this was 9 days ago, and now this thing has been traded up into basically a $332 million market cap, and I don't know. I don't like it. I don't like things like this. I don't know why, but I don't like it. You can make money on it, yes. If you're able to jump on and make money and get out and do what you will, I think that's fine. That's sometimes the point. But it just smells a little fishy. I would rather say I bought Harry Potter, Obama Sonic 10 Inu, or Ponky, or something that has had a nice steady train like ORC or Waffles. It's not overinflated. It's not suspicious. It's not sus. And that is how I choose to operate in this, because I think that's how you can get a true, nice, clean 500x. If you're willing to be patient. If you can be as patient as Da Vinci, you will win. Man, there's so many new tokens. A lot of these are literally a day old. Some of these are a day old, trading at 21 million volume, but the liquidity, you see here, the liquidity is key. Look, here's the liquidity. A lot of it's really low. So what I like to do is just go, okay, like what has like the highest liquidity? Okay. We got Popcat. This goat seems to have decent liquidity. Moo Moo, kind of like the Bobo on Solana. And then Giga Chad, 5 million liquidity. 9 months old. The Giga Chad chart looks really good too. Like actually super, kind of very giga bullish on the Giga Chad chart. Could start to get some mass moves with this thing. All right, thank you guys for tuning in. You guys have been awesome. Had some people sending in super chats. Had some people giving away some memberships. You guys are amazing. And then we had someone say, Pepe to the moon. Yes, so Pepe, that's another one that if you guys have been watching this channel long enough, we think this thing is going to go to $1 billion market cap here sooner than you think. We're going to have a massive rip. Pepe is going to get listed on some major exchange, and I think even on the back ends of Pepe getting that major exchange listing, like Coinbase or Robinhood, then we are going to, Pepe is going to fly. And because it's at a 62 mil, but also with really good trading volume, and it has some really big exchange listings, I think once we get the Binance and we get the BYBIT, we get the big ones, then we're gonna be going. We're gonna be flying. All right, let's see if this will load. I had this loaded up. This is AJ. AJ writes crypto, asking, cryptos are Rush George. I'm George. We're all George. A question about memes. He refuses to miss out on the meme coin cycle this time. I feel like a lot of us are feeling that same thing. That's why we don't want to be left behind.
Out on this run because you can't hold everything, right? You have to be, you have to be choosy and picky, you know.
This might be controversial, but I'm not gonna miss out on meme coins. That's for sure.
Okay.
Last cycle, completely missed it. I completely discounted when people were talking about Shiba when it was rising. I completely shaded that, and I told everyone, get away, don't get into it. I stayed away. Like the last cycle, we had a few. Obviously, Doge has been around forever, but Shiba was getting popular, and then we had a few like Floki and so forth, right? Yeah. But they all blew up. We had very little, but now it's like we have so many, right?
Sure.
And unfortunately, a lot of them are rugs. A lot of them do not sustain. We got celebrities coming in. We got a whole bunch of stuff, but. Yeah. I'm not going to miss it. Like, I think the timing has to be right. Obviously, when the market's not doing well, memes are not going to do well.
Sure.
But we have seen some, like, new blue chip kind of memes.
Like Popcat.
Yeah. Yeah, Whiff, Popcat, like, you could put Bonk in there.
Sure.
Pepe now,
yep,
right?
Yep.
Like the list. I like that they said Pepe. George is always joking. He's like, just 100x leverage Pepe on a dice roll and see what happens. 100x leverage Pepe and maybe you catch the breakout. See what happens. All right. Well, you guys are awesome. Thank you for liking the stream. We almost got to 20 likes, and we had some really generous people coming in, sending some super chats. Thank you for Satoshi Nakamoto himself for becoming a member of the Dojo crew and gifting out 5 memberships. Shout out to Satoshi Nakamoto. Guys, sorry, I've been like itching my nose. I have such an itchy nose. My allergies have been just driving me a little crazy. I don't know. It's like the weather's just been like kicking up some extra tree pollen or something. But man, holy moly! But yeah, you guys should be just study Pepe. Study Pepe. Like, I know there's all these other different. There's like a Poo. There's Pepe that I'm like basically shilling. You know, I'm not like I wouldn't say I'm shilling it, but it's just I'm telling you like, look, this is just what I hold. I think that Pepe is gonna do well. It's as fast as what the holder count was able to do in that 3 months was pretty good. But you got to think. It never crossed 100 million, but it got really close. But then we've just been like in a nice consolidation. And then you got coins on Solana that are launching, and then they're already up like $200-300 million market cap. So that's what I'm talking about. Just watch it. You don't because you could be buying this thing at the top at a $300-400 million market cap, and then that thing just kind of goes to zero. And something like maybe Popcat or Whiff that's more established, and that actually runs up more and goes to like an insane market cap of what they're predicting. Like Ansem himself is even saying like, look, I think Whiff is gonna go to like a $50 billion market cap, like surpassing Dogecoin, and it could be very well possible. Simply a dog with a hat. All right, guys. I think we're going to end it. How long have we been going? Okay, an hour. Cool. So we went exactly an hour. Perfect. All right, so I'll give you a trade. I'll give you a trade peek. I'll show you what the trades, how they're going. We have Litecoin. If you're looking at Litecoin on the daily, it looks really good. Like, it looks like this thing is ready to break out and test up to this resistance of $89 to $90. So we do have some take profits set here at that level. I think that'd be a juicy level for us to take some profit. And then look, not that long ago in April, just this year, we had Litecoin at $112. And so that's kind of another target that we're looking at to be taking profit right here at that resistance. So here and here. So we're going to mark those. So if you're looking at Litecoin yourself and you want to know, like, okay, what's some good take profit levels? We're actually sitting at previous support here at $74.73. So we're sitting right at a previous support resistance flip line right here. And so opportunity for a potential long if we do see Bitcoin start to break out of the bull flag pattern, which will carry the rest of the market. I think we're going to see some good levels. And then we're down on the AVAX trade, but we think that with the momentum of the altcoins and the momentum of Bitcoin and where Bitcoin was not that long ago and where AVAX was 61 bucks. So if we start to pump and we get up to those levels again, then this is going to be a nice profitable trade. And then Bitcoin, we got in a little bit of a FOMO, like kind of almost positioned to where we're seeing the breakout and we're like, okay, we just don't want to miss the actual, like the true breakout that could be happening, breaking us up over 70K into 80K really fast into a new all-time high. And then that means that we have gotten solidified into a actual pretty decent position. And so this is the trades that we have on BITFLEX. Make sure you guys use the link in the description down below. And then also use the link in the description down below for the OURBIT exchange as well. All right, so actually now, so we actually just hit a stop loss. We hit a stop loss on our ticker Bitcoin position that we had open. We did open a position here. Okay, so cool. It just closed out at 0, so that's perfect. So we closed it out at exactly 0. This was one of the trades that we just took earlier today, which is a good profit. And then now I think if we do end up, we got to see if this is actually going to turn red, and then we could be possibly breaking a little bit more to the downside. We got a POC at 31 cents. So if we break up over the 20 SMA and we start to try to trace back up to this Bollinger Band for ticker Bitcoin, then we could be pushing back up to test those all-time highs, which is right here at 35 cents. So that was the current trade that we were in, and now that we might need to reposition and see what we can do. Because we're waiting for that ticker Bitcoin breakout, the big breakout that I think is eventually going to take this thing to about 41 cents to 50 cents, which is a pretty decent move to the upside, 23% move to the upside. So we're watching that currently. All right. Thank you guys for tuning in, and we will see you tomorrow on the Moon Show. Should be tomorrow. If not tomorrow, we'll see exactly what day we're going to be on. I think we're going to regular scheduled programming where I'm on pretty much every Monday, and then we're going to do our live stream at 11:30 Eastern Standard Time. So we hope you guys tune in. Make sure you guys are using the links in the description if you want to directly support the channel. And happy trading. Remember, just really start to like analyze your strategy here and like what your plan is for the next, for the next few years. Like you need to be like year planning and also short-term goal planning for the next 6 months, because there's a lot of volatility going on and you don't want to be scrambled up in here when the rest of the world around you is kind of like scrambling around. You want to be cool, calm, collected, and on your task, and you have a plan. And so plan with your partner, talk with them, and have a game plan. Just do the thing, guys. And, I'm here to help. If you ever have any questions, you want to pop in the Discord, you want to have a discussion, like I would love to tell you guys, just the different lessons that I've learned over the past, for the past 6 years, becoming a father, getting married, trying to buy trying to buy a house, just all this stuff that you can't really you have to have the direct experience with the stuff, and then I can pass on this knowledge if you guys are going through that, or possibly going into maybe a situation where you could maybe get some advice for someone who has learned a thing or two these past couple of years. Yeah, did you like the title? Yeah, I really liked my title. Donald Trump is the biggest Giga Chad in crypto space. He really is. He's the most bullish crypto president. crypto president. Chump around and cheese. Trumparoni and cheese. If that's what you're trying to say. All right, guys. Thanks for coming in. We'll see you. Hopefully see you guys tomorrow. God bless you and your families. I'm praying for you guys. And also, just when you are in your prayers, you're praying for the safety of people that are in harm's way in all of these war-torn areas. Pray for those people. Pray for the protection of your family. I'll pray for the protection of your family. And we just pray for not a crazy election, a civil election, and that we can get through these next couple months with just the grace of God, and we can have some love and compassion as best as we can, and we just move forward. Let's go. All right. Amen. We'll see you guys tomorrow. Peace.